Over the past 2 weeks, things have been exceptionally negative and rocky, with trade wars, a falling stock market, and a historic shift in US foreign policy. But tentatively, it appears things today are beginning to turn around. We just got a new, very positive report on inflation. It also appears that the trade war is taking a slight breather, with potentially some good news here, and we have major positive developments with the war in Ukraine. And we're going to begin with this news. On Tuesday, Ukraine agreed to an immediate 30-day ceasefire negotiated by the United States. And in response to this action, the United States has resumed both intelligence sharing and military support to Ukraine. So by simply agreeing to this proposal by the United States for a 30-day ceasefire, it has done a lot to repair relationships between the United States and Ukraine. And this is all without Russia even so far accepting the plan. And when it comes to Russia, so far they've indicated that they are cautious over this deal. So the following day, on Wednesday, the Kremlin issued a cautious response to the development, saying it needed to hear more details on the plan from US negotiators before it could fully decide whether the proposed ceasefire agreement was acceptable or not. Now, the optics here are just as important as the deal itself, because if Putin declines to agree to this while Ukraine did, it will be a clear indicator that Russia is now the problem.
We're going to take the offer to them. We're going to tell them this is what's on the table. Ukraine is ready to stop shooting and start talking. And now it'll be up to them to say yes or no. I hope they're going to say yes. And if they do, then I think we made great progress. If they say no, then we'll unfortunately know what the impediment is to peace here.
Now, when it comes to the trade war between specifically Canada and the United States, here we have a major development that the Premier of Ontario has suspended his threat of putting a surcharge on electricity sent to the United States. And representatives from Canada and the United States are set to meet in Washington, D.C. on Thursday to discuss a renewed United States, Mexico, and Canada trade agreement. So nothing officially has been accomplished yet. This is just a pause on tariffs, but it is something, and it shows that the two sides are trying to negotiate versus what we had yesterday, which is an uncapped escalating trade war. Now, the larger issue with tariffs is their potential negative impact on inflation. And here, this morning, we just got a brand new CPI report for the month of February, indicating that annual inflation dropped to 2.8% versus 2.9% expected. And this does continue the downward trend to the Fed's target rate of 2%. And so far, in response to this news, the stock market is finally having a nice little recovery. So far, futures have the market up roughly 1 percentage point. Now, the market still is down roughly 10% over the past 2 weeks, but this could be an indication that we are beginning to find a bottom. And finally, when it comes to the path of rate cuts, we're still expecting 3 to 2 rate cuts in 2025.